Okay, let's learn more about European markets and cross over to Katie Gregory in London. Hey there, Katie. Thanks for joining us. So let's talk about what's happening on European markets. This time it's not oil that's dragging the market down, it's earnings, right?
Yes, Lay, as you say, European stocks are getting dragged down by a host of weak earnings news today. We have seen a drop in the likes of Swiss drug maker Novartis, also German chemicals company BASF after their weak updates. Now, Novartis missed on its fourth quarter core net sales, and BASF issued a profit warning after taking impairments in its oil and gas divisions amid, of course, those sharp falls in oil prices. Now, both companies have seen their shares fall more than 3% a little bit earlier. A forecast of lower revenues from iPhone maker Apple as well, also really hitting European technology and chip maker stocks today, such as ARM and Dialog as well. But also another one to keep an eye on, Italy's FTSE MIB. Now that's down over 1.5%, and that is despite this deal with the European Commission to help the banks there sell some of their 200 billion euros of bad loans. So definitely one to keep an eye on.
Speaking of banking, the Royal Bank of Scotland says it will set aside another £500 million for litigation. What's that going to do to profits?
Well, it's certainly going to affect them, and by quite a lot. This is a so-called clean-up plan, and it's been announced by RBS, and it's set to hit the bank's annual profit for last year, 2015, by about £2.5 billion, and it will push it into a loss. Now, in this statement, the taxpayer-backed bank said it was setting aside £500 million to pay for pension protection insurance compensation. Now, that's to pay back all of those people who were missold this scheme over here, and £1.5 billion for bad housing debts in the US. In addition, the bank will also write down £498 million from its private bank Coutts. So as you can imagine, this profit warning has really sent shares lower, down to around 3% at last check. The bank has really said it's trying to clean up its image, but let's remember this is just another hit to shareholders. Of course, the bank hasn't turned a profit in 7 years.
Oh dear. Staying with banking, the board of HSBC is considering over the next 2 days whether to move its headquarters to Hong Kong. So how are those meetings going?
Well, yes, it's all on the table at this two-day meeting now. Directors for HSBC really focusing on the bank's strategy, of course, going forward. The headquarters of the bank has been based here in London since the 90s, but the bank was founded in Hong Kong back in 1865. So Chief Executive Stuart Gulliver will lead this board in assessing the results of a 9-month review into the potential relocation from London to Hong Kong. And it was all drawn up originally because of tighter regulations and higher taxes here in Britain. But some analysts are very quick to say that a move to Hong Kong does still present problems. There are concerns among a few here that the city might be losing the independence that has made it such an attractive financial centre. But overall, though, it's understandable, you could say, the bank would want to be closer to that faster growing Asian market, which accounts for 2/3 of its profits. So we will get a pretty good idea of the bank's intentions, hopefully, as soon as the end of this week.
Okay, and office rents will probably go up. Thanks a lot for that. Katie Gregory joining us live out of London.